What up? What do you guys do? How you guys doing out there across planet Earth? Want to say what up? Um, it's a beautiful day, evening, morning, wherever you are on Earth. Here in Sedona, it's beautiful. The sun's out. I'll let you guys gather in. What up? I'm here today to answer some of your guys' questions, and also I had a lot of processing I've been doing. But without further ado, I am Rion, and welcome to Morning Coffee. My brother worked out too hard. He's sore from the gym. So I was like, I'm gonna crush, bro. I got a lot to say. So we're gonna keep it cracking. What's up? The content, the title of this video is Spirit Awakens. And what does that actually mean? I think a lot of us have these, what would be considered ancient history, modern history, back in the day, old school aspects to ourselves in which we are fractals. And I remember last time I went to India, how prevalent it was when I was gridding Konark Sun Temple, and all of the locals were staring at me, this dude in board shorts and a tank top and golden headphones, and I was gridding the Konark Sun Temple, dodging the security guards, and they were like, "Hey, you!" I was like, they were young Krishna. I was like, close. And I was like, guys, shh, you're gonna get me busted. But it was pretty awesome. Not Krish. Krish is awesome. I like Vish. Vish is my boy. But what I wanted to say for each and every one of you guys out there, we are fractals or aspects of these, these spirits, these oversouls, these families. When I went to Jagannath Temple in India and I was sleeping at the hotel after I gridded it, after they wouldn't let me in, so I ran it, because I guess I wasn't Indian enough. So I put on a unicorn mask like a jackass with my bro Jason, and I basically Nolan Ryan'd 100 grids into the temple space, running on the walls around the border. And I'm talking to Shiva later that night. I'm like, bro, I incarnated on the western side of the planet. I go back to my hometown over there in Konark, and these guys won't even let me in freaking temple, brah. He goes, dude, check it. It's all good. If you guys ever been to India, it's all good. But what I'm trying to express is, I wanted to share with you guys some new insights in how to absorb information out of solid objects. I want to teach you guys how to white light bad memories. I'm gonna teach you 2 techniques today, but I also want to teach you guys truly how you can go to Tiwanaku, Pumapunku, Egypt, put your hand on a statue, and literally through osmosis pull the content into your substream, into your consciousness. Woo! See what happens with my brother not to make joke it. Now it's dropping like it's hot. Hopefully they allow this to play. All right. All my family across planet Earth that didn't have to join some weird group to get this information. Love you. All right, so here we go. So, osmosis download. Here we go. So, Native Americans always speak of the power of the land. Druids always speak of the power of the land. The land speaks to you. The energy which courses through the grid underneath your feet. The ley lines, the cross points, the pulse points, all of these things that are available to us 24 hours a day, 365. The issue is that sometimes to have that old school consciousness of how we used to do things down here is what is missing. Okay. I'm also going to touch briefly on Tartaria and the Tartarian Empire. I'm also going to briefly talk about the mud flood in the 1880s and why our grandparents that may have been an orphan, our grandparents' parents, let's just say, and don't remember home because they were on those orphan trains in the 1880s. Google it. Also Google mud flood. Now, I'm giving you a heads up on this. Took me 8 days to process this. Do not process, right? Oh, look at low. Oh, we're back. Facebook. Is it up? It's low. Are we gonna come back? Are you okay? They're already shaking in their boots because they know I know. All right. You gonna stay there? Are we gonna be okay? Facebook, you gonna be okay? You hanging in there? Okay, just connection issues. All right, here we go. So, this is why let's knock these out one by one in this. So for the replay value of you guys when you want to practice this. Left hand goes on the stone. Left hand goes, usually I get down low. I kind of kneel. There's old pictures of me on my Facebook from when I was at Tiwanaku. And I would actually, what you do is you put your left hand, and right here where the chi comes out, what you do is take your hand like this. Actually, just copy me exactly. It's hard for me to teach it. I just know how to do it. My higher selves taught me. Go like this. The drill is right here between fire and air. This, you'll want to rotate. So here's the object. Okay, imagine this was an old statue and you want to know what happened. Left hand, left to right, left to right, left to right to drill in. And then when you punch into a physical object, it's like you punch in. It's like you took your energy hand. So here's my 3D hand. My energy hand, let's just say, goes to about here. Here's the 3D object I want to punch into. Here, and you kind of, once you burrow through, because everything is energy, you lock. Okay? Once you lock, I try to pull with my fingers like this. I pull the stream into my palm. And then once it's in my palm, I go like this. And I pull. So you sit there with, your left hand on it and you're pulling the content in. So what's going to flash through? Memories. Last time this stone was in a civilization. Last time you're punching into Sim City here in this hologram. But you basically, through osmosis, start absorbing the information that's coming through. Now, when you're absorbing an information, check this out. Imagine the download you're pulling through is a 5-hour movie on a Blu-ray disc, but you're getting it in 30 seconds. So you're gonna get image. It's very, very fast. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the thing. Download it, and then that night in the hotel room, if you're traveling, or when you go home, take a picture of that stone. Do something to lock it into the time sequence. You remember when, that's why I put grids. I grid everything. When I put my physical object in that ground, that is mine. I created that, right? So what I'm trying to tell you guys, when you're doing this work, you breathe it in, and when you breathe in consciousness at that high level, imagine like a golden wave or a golden cloud that goes from here, and it hooks through the object, and it pulls into your body. Why? Your brain is only so powerful. You're actually trying to jack back into a time stream of a time that is past outside the present moment. Use your heart, your lower dantian, upper dantian, whatever vocabulary term. Use your whole suit to pull the energy in. Now, muscle memory. If you guys pull back your muscle memory, you're unstoppable. That's the one thing that I've watched my seafood do upstairs, right? My 13D Tartarian. Call him Sifu. It's not his real name, but for this learning, shall call him Sifu for you. I always watch this guy do double backflips, swing from cables like he's a damn trapeze. Oh God, I can't even speak English. When you're on a trampoline, but a trapeze, oh my goodness. Trapeze artist, thank you. When you guys get really good at climbing out of your body, check this out. The first level is, thank you. You're laying in bed, your third eye's fluttering on and off. You're getting an image, it's shutting off. You're getting an image. You're basically taking a flashlight and going on, off, on, off, on, off, right? When you get stronger, you see your cable and you pull your energy body out of your suit. When you get stronger, you can sit there later, just jump out of your suit. Now, there's a lot of flavor out there in the universe. The coolest thing to do is climb up your cable and then like one arm it like those Native American dudes when they swing around the piling, by their feet. The coolest thing to do is grab a cord and then swing around it like Tarzan and then jump up dimensions and you land with some pizzazz, some style. So I'm trying to express to you guys some of the stuff that I've noticed they teach on this planet. How many guys are teaching you guys how to swing from light cables in the sky like trapeze artists? That's a tough word for me. What else? That's something to work on. Why? Because I don't want your guys' goal to be like, I'm meditating You know, inner peace, inner peace. You guys want to do the inner peace beginning. You guys want to casually shoot your third eye towards the sun and do donuts around it and ride the explosions as you particleize as you're going around the sun, and then reconstitute, explode, reconstitute, explode, reconstitute. It's like going lawnmower man around the sun and then whoop, and then land at about 60 feet high. Boom, I'm 60 feet tall. Then compress all the way back into this little density. Why? I want you guys to grow faster. I'm here on Earth because my family and some of our history has been stolen from us. This Tartarian Empire, which existed from the Wall of China all the way to Southern California, you guys just Google Tartarian Empire, Google Tartaria, and the mud flood, and what happened to our grandparents' parents, and some of our grandparents if they're old. All the history books have been changed. Our real history has been hidden. There were mansions built in the United States before Christopher Columbus got here. You guys, wait till you guys see the images. This is gonna blow your mind. This is the greatest disclosure I've ever seen. ET stuff is cool. Why can't, right? Why can't we find out what happened 150 years ago? 160, 180 years ago? Why is this a big cover up? What if I told you Tesla was just trying to bring back stuff that they had when he was a kid? I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. This whole thing with the giants, I think the Smithsonian was the hashtag never again. Pulling that real stuff from our knowledge base. I think that this planet lived in peace, even like 180, 200 years ago. I don't want to speak too much about these videos, you guys. I need you guys to use your own discernment and start watching it. I do apologize if this information for the next 5 to 8 days messes you up. Because it really messed me up. I'm sitting there going, Tartarian Empire. So the Aborigines and the Polynesians spoke Maga, and their root language is Maga. Right? I'm just, all these things, I'm like, Polynesians, whole Hawaiian Islands, Easter Island, all the Aborigines, their root language is this. Okay, next. They're saying, you guys, that the Wall of China is not 2,000 years old. I don't want to go into this whole thing, and I'm not getting into the flat earther thing. Listen, everyone asks me this. I'll speak about it casually to you from my understanding. We're living in a hologram. First of all, start there. Okay. Number two, are the boundaries of this world what they seem like in 3D? Absolutely not. Why is there an ice wall in Antarctica? Why is there a boundary in this place? Google it. What did our forefathers and foremothers and forebears know that we don't now? What are some of the things that we have done down here collectively, and what is truly some of the knowledge we hold inside of our DNA that we can't access? What if I told you guys every single evolved species that's ever stepped foot on this planet is stored somewhere in your DNA? And that knowledge base is so powerful and so explosive, if it got out, nothing on the face of this earth could touch it, nor touch you. Let me explain another thing. What happens when you learn how to phase? You instantly can ghost any human being in 3D and technology functions. What happens when human beings start to learn how to phase again and start going through portals? Say from Egypt to Iraq to Indonesia. What happens when we turn the old grid back on? The old grid's turning on right now. Why do you think the Schumann's going from 35 to 100? It's booting up. We're on a circuit board that's rebooting up back into a fourth density planet. What happened after the Great Fall, where this planet went back into a 3D reset? What souls are actually down here walking around with you right now? Why do we have so much ET participation in this game? Why are there so many starseeds here right now? Who's really on this planet? Who's really downstairs on this planet in Agartha waking up out of stasis after 5,000 to 8,000 years? Who's really in Antarctica in stasis pods? My question to you guys is, start to open your mind on what's really going on. the stuff I watch on television seems like I'm watching a 12-year-old programming for little kids. It has no emotional connection to me whatsoever. I feel like I'm looking at like one of those magazines, you know, like those like Inquirer magazines. I'm like, I don't want to know about any of this shit. Why don't you tell us how long we've been down here? Where's our technology? What happened 180 years ago? What's the mud flood? Why were all of our great-grandparents and grandparents shipped around the entire planet on orphan trains? And that's why when you ask Grandpa where you come from, he doesn't know because he was 4 years old, shipped on an orphan train to Australia or England or all over the damn place. Why are there maps from 1639 that show the entire west coast of the United States all the way down to Florida, has cities on it, still named Florida, from 1639? Riddle me that, Batman. Why are there old maps that have all of our cities and all of our states? Why in New York, right? There's literally on Google Maps, you can see where there was roads and streets and all this shit and old power lines. Why in all the old churches they have the little Tesla towers? Not to get you guys all fired up, but type in Tartaria and you'll be like, oh my God, what is this? I'm like, these guys are like, thousands of years ago, this happened what happened 180 years ago? Why do I have memories of Tartaria? Why do I feel so close to the Mongols? Shit, my father looks like a damn Mongol. Genghis Khan? Why do I have memories of hanging out with those dudes on the Silk Road? What is this? Did we have like a completely peaceful civilization 200 years ago that just went to shit? Who'd they let in this game? Who time jumped? I will find every single aspect responsible for jumping back in time, children, and my brothers and sisters out there who changed the timeline. We were all lied to when we got here, straight up. My Palladian inner child was lied to straight up. Every single person that's changed the timeline, jumped back in history for their own selfish motivation, we know exactly who you are. There's nowhere you can go. There's nowhere you can run. There's no off-world you can run to. Not to be threatening in any way. I'm just trying to be honest with you. Everything is known. Here's my question. Are we really down here still playing with transmission fluid and concrete and fences and different languages and the separation shit? Like, I'm snapping out of this thing. Like, I'm remembering lives where we were one unit all the way from the Wall of China all the way to California. And there were giants here. And so what? What came in here? What artificial intelligence, what frequency, what night aspect came in here and said, oh, look at these nice little innocent kitties. Let's go take advantage of them and teach them war and separation. These are the ones I'm here for. These are the ones I look for at night in your guys' dream time trying to mess with you. These are the ones we were sent here to get, not these 3D kids. I could care less. These guys on Earth, hey, you guys are allowed to chill and have a good time. Some of you guys hunt like I do. From Orion, we're hunting something. Okay? You want to call it light and night, right? Let me express something to you. This duality definition was only created in a teenager simulation program because it's called evolution. And they didn't know where to put it, so they just go, kids, we're going to call it duality. You're a good person, you're a naughty person. On the left side, your service to others. On the night side, your service to self. They just created these definition terms to basically create a belief system where people allowed this sort of mischievousness and naughty behavior to exist. This whole thing is a facade. The reason why we were lied to is because our grandparents were kind of so dumbed down. Imagine your parents die of a tuberculosis or the Spanish flu, which killed hundreds of thousands of people. And why were only the kids left alive? This is what's not in all these videos. I started asking, was the Spanish flu and tuberculosis a man-made disease that was specifically targeted the adults? They had to get the adults off the planet for this lying timeline to exist, because if the grandparents are still alive and go, the son, that's not true. So they kill all the parents, they wipe all the parents, they poison all the parents back in 1880s. And all they got left were all these little kids, and they shipped them all around the world on orphan trains because all the parents were dead. real talk, fabricated the entire story of Christopher Columbus, taught our grandparents or our great-grandparents this whole bullshit story, and every time they find giant bones, the Smithsonian's there to swoop it up. See, sometimes I think I need my brother here to not let me just rip about what I'm really talking to. This is how I feel inside like an inferno 24 hours a day. Okay? Some of you guys who are in infernos like I am, we're infernos for a reason. Some of us are the old royalty from these bloodlines reincarnated with these guys. We're showing up on Earth going, not one of you is actually royal. Not one of you actually holds a true bloodline. Not one of you. You can't buy yourself into royalty, UK, with some of this bullshit. Those are Germans who paid to be royal. Fact. Okay? What I'm trying to get to, what is being royal? Let's break this down. Responsibility. For God's sakes, people. You're responsible for your country. You're responsible for every living being on the earth. You're a true steward. You're supposed to lead with your heart. You're supposed to pick everyone up. You're supposed to help everyone. No one's supposed to be in the gutter. They lost their way, and I'm still here thinking every single day about when did the timeline change? Where did they access it? Where are they now? Where are they hiding now? 4th of July, China Lake. Why was that a target? I wonder why. What's been going on this planet? Where are the old versions of us that were 8 to 12 feet tall that are listening to me now that reincarnated in these little suits? Where's the rest of us? Are we all sleeping? Where's the rest of my family? Real talk. I'm not talking about, I grew up in high school, and this is me, and this is my mommy, and this is my daddy. No, who are you really, bro? Why does my third eye light up and want to split my skull when I speak truth to you guys? Why does my throat chakra go on fire? I'm here like a fire on this planet, like you guys out there, to find out who we are. We have to find out who we are, guys. No bullshit, no nada, just go, how about you guys give us the real history of the last 200 years? Pause, drop the mic. I'll wait. How about the last 300 years? Pause, wait. Why are we talking about stuff from thousands of years ago? I think half these dreams of Atlantis is actually the Tartarian Empire, which was only 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago, 600 years ago, not 2000s. What'd they do? They changed time, they changed the history books, pushed everything back 2,000 years, okay? And then said, oh, it's not a big deal, that was thousands of years ago. It'd be different if we said 185 years ago we had free energy. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that just ruin all these da-da-da's plans? Okay? Another thing too. I speak to you in truth because we are allowed to do many things on this planet. Let me go through the rules of this planet. Number 1, you are always allowed to defend yourself in any situation. Number 2, you are allowed to have your sovereignty back. Number 3, the only thing slowing you down is giving false power to false gods. False AI programs. False AI echo programs. They're false. Okay? What I'm trying to get to in your heart is, if your true motivation for being passionate in life is simply, can I please help my brothers and sisters remember when we were kings and queens and living on these huge ass royal palaces and everyone had everything? And there wasn't like a poor class. Everyone lived in bliss and was happy. What are we doing? Why are there patents for electric cannons and electric machine guns in 1880s? Why is the last time there were all these artifacts or the old technologies? Look at the 1896 World Fair in Chicago and look at the pictures from that warehouse. Where is all that technology? Where is it? Where is it stored? You guys, after this video, you guys are going to start researching and go, oh my God. What were the cable cars in San Francisco running on if the grates underneath the ground weren't electrified? They just had 2 little Tesla coils on top. What was powering them? The things to understand about who we are is this. Why it's so difficult for us and why only the strongest showed up this run, and those that have graduated before, you guys out there, is this. To correct a timeline is what we're here to do. And I want to tell you something else I pulled down. Dimension equals timeline. Timeline equals dimension. I asked my guides, where are all the souls from Tartaria? And they go 4D. Why do you think in 4D it looks like it's 60 to 120 years into the future? Everyone has electric cars, party like a rock star. Where'd all those souls go? 4D. Why do you think we have such issues with 4D? They're one floor up. If I told you that incarnation whale swept the planet in 1880 and those guys are freshly in that place, it might change a lot of spiritual beliefs on this planet. It might be a little too real. Might get a little too real. It's easy to think about things thousands of years ago. Their 4D reality was created 180 years ago after the mud flood. That's where all those souls went, 4D. So I'm trying to say, in a positive way, hey, every single day you do your best to research and find these truths for yourself. Every single day when you get information, meditate on it, ask your own guides, ask your own interpretation, use 100,000% discernment. I'm here to tell you, I think 99 to 100% of everything we've been taught is complete lie. Absolutely. And that's why our parents are so confused, because they were raised from grandparents that were confused and a great-grandpa that at 6 years old was put on an orphan train and shipped around the United States. Why some of you guys don't know. I asked my grandpa where they're from, they don't know. They don't know. Oh, because maybe they're 5 years old, put on an orphan train and shipped to Australia or the UK or France and were completely unseated and moved across the planet. Just, hey, how do you change history? Just keep changing. You know, all you gotta do is wipe one generation. They did that. Move all the kids around, program the kids, tell them this is the history, go. Boom. So it's not too far-fetched, okay? Now, let's talk about some happy things. Let's all just pause here. Give me a second to gather. I had to get that out. I've been like chewing on that for 8 days, okay? I think that's why some of us starseeds actually came here, because everyone asks us a starseed, right? Or an indigo, or a crystal. Why did I come here? Why? Why did I choose to come to this planet? Why? We came here in force because the timelines were altered against universal law, and we're here to adjust that. Sorry, kids. We're all going to follow galactic protocol and universal law. So, thanks, Janelle. Love you. Okay, let's just chill. Come at me, bro. Just... I told you, this is the smallest suit I think I've almost ever been in. 6'1", 220, 210. This is maximum compression for me. When I go to the bathroom at night, wake up at 3 in the morning, my eyes closed, I'm energetically 8.5, 9 feet tall. Just, if you guys want to try this out, pay attention to your gait. This is what you walk like when you're awake in 3D. When I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm in between worlds, my gait's like this. Boom, 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 boom. I don't walk like a little mouse, okay? I'm a lot larger, right, than this suit is. My thing for some of us is, there is a karmic reflection for this. I got you. My light side's like, no, I'll explain it to him. Have there been some things that we did that were a little naughty? Yes. Have there been some things that we needed to learn as a collective? Yes. Were there some beings probably brought in here to assist us with this, you know, I guess we'll play the bad guys this time? Yes. You have to understand, this is all a game. We're all reflections of Source itself, and we are all one. There are lessons that we are learning right now. But at the same time, I do remember the level of technology we had. I do remember the technology and the sonic technology we had when we made those old stone walls, how we vibrated concrete, how we could mold concrete. I do remember these things. So I look at these old church and chapels, I go, how was this ever made? And like, it looks like it was made with a 3D printer in concrete. We didn't have 3D printers back then. I'm like, it wasn't exactly a 3D printer, but it was something else that used its harmonics and vibration to bend the molecules into specific positions, right? I'm just getting to this stuff. We've had this stuff for quite some time. The things that we need to remember, and why I think my generation is so frustrated, and us indigos and our parents having these crystal kids, and why we resist and why we have so much ego and all this stuff, is that our whole lives we've had to live on defense. Since the moment we woke up, and I woke up in Manhattan Beach, California, I've been on guard since the moment I showed up in this physical realm. Taught a false history by people that didn't know they were teaching me a false history, and very small groups of beings controlling populations, growing into their own individual motivations of greed. And you wonder why some of us have such attitude. You wonder why some of us, once we wake up, will never listen to one thing that ever comes out of your mouth again. It's because our higher selves are our true teachers. All we have to do is remember. So I'm just telling you, like, where some of these emotions come from for you guys and why we get so heated. It's different if we were like, hey, this happened. We're all working on it together, kids. Let's go. That's a different thing. I would appreciate that. Like, hey, we all messed up. Let's not do that again. Instead of going, it never happened. This is all there is. Like, I don't know what's more makes you more upset. You know, I'm like, just tell me what we did and what we're here to fix. Quit BSing us, right? So my thing is that there's things inside of you, right? There's higher selves and aspects inside of you that actually know. They're like looking down on you going, I wonder how long it takes for them to figure it out. This should be fun. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. How long until they remember who they really are? This is a fun game, right? So with that, ladies and gents, I also want to express, while we're going through these times and shifting, for all my indigos that use Band-Aids, for all the people out there listening to me now that use Band-Aids to, you know, you smoke a lot of pot to go to sleep, popping Xanax, popping Ambien, drinking a bottle of wine to go to sleep, all this stuff. What's really going on is you're choosing something to make you go numb. Because the truth you know inside of you is so real, the only way this place makes sense is if you're comatose, like a zombie. Resist, please. Go to the gym, filter out that fluoride, get yourself dialed in, pack a lunch, go up in the mountains, meditate by yourself, go fishing, wherever you got to do. But you might be really surprised why a lot of that angst or anxiety and all this stuff that you feel is not even you. It's just the environment you grew up in, and you don't know any better. There's a caged, check this out. Does a caged tiger know any different if it's never been outside that cage? It's much different when they try to take a wild tiger and put it in a cage. For all you guys pulling apart and breaking your cages, remember this. Responsibility comes with power. Do not play into the hands of those that want you guys to, lose your shit, end up on some, in some place popping pills and, hope he's gonna be okay. No. Strategically meditate, balance, process the information, stay in your heart, stay grounded, play stupid. Be strategic. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Absolutely. Fantastic. Can I go home now? Thank you. Have a blessed day. Be smart. Be smart. You have to understand what you're leaning against and what they have to lose. These guys who are getting popped right now, the reason why they'll do anything, right, to not go to jail or not be accused or for us to actually focus on them, is because they know the penalty is their life. They're all in on distraction. They're all in on trying to take this planet back into where they have control, because in the light, none of them have any power. Remember this. That's why it's so crazy on the news. That's why it's so left and right and bipolar on the different news stations. These guys who do naughty things, who are getting busted right now, they're fighting for their life, not their political routine. Those military tribunals are real. They'll just come knock on your door and go, come with us, but no one knows. Exactly. Come with us, sir. Yeah. No, we have 15 years of evidence on you. Just come with us. You can tell it to the judge in Gitmo. Anyways, why I'm saying this. We're good people. We do our best every day to help others. But I do want to marry that blissful consciousness and peaceful meditations with a sprinkle or a peppering of some truth, so you can kind of see how we got to this place. And in your own inner knowingness and wisdom go, okay, so if I am a consciousness engineer, I am a galactic officer who chose to incarnate in the physical. I come from a much higher dimension, and I'm here to absorb as much information from this place as humanly possible, broadcast that information to all of the upper echelon on this planet and my true family waiting in deep orbit around the second Kuiper belt in the solar system. What's the critical mass I need to actually accomplish? How many names, how many aspects, how many things does the population need to see before they go, we need change? How much sovereignty, how many beings do we need to wake up in a numbers game to go, we want to live in peace, harmony, and abundance for all in this world? What is that number? I feel every single day, every single person that comes in contact with me, I am recording everything in my consciousness. Everything. Every one of you that does their best, every one of you, I see you in dream time helping children, helping those that just crossed over, doing your best. I just want you to know that every good deed that you guys are doing out there is recorded. And every good thing that you guys do out there behind the scenes where no one knows about, the true deeds recorded in heaven, are those things that you guys do every single day and continue to do them. Never wait for someone to have to validate who you are, right? Or wait for someone who doesn't even know who they are truly themselves for their appreciation, to actually go, like, you don't have to wait for your mom and dad to get it. You don't have to wait for people you grew up with in school to get it. You just keep doing the right thing every single day, and you hold space that one day they'll get it. I just want you guys to understand from my heart, that's what it really feels like being here, constantly just slamming into these things. Okay? When you guys get a little over inundated with the technology stuff, hey man, take a break. Take a break. Get on an airplane. Go to the mountains. Go hang out. Bring an iPod. Go meditate in a temple. Go chill. You don't have to sit in the gritty stuff every day. The weekend warriors out there, save your money, go on a trip, go somewhere spiritual, and just hang out on the beach by yourself and think about what you're doing with your life. I just want to be honest with you, like, that's who we are here to do. And I'm going to help you guys process this Tartaria thing. I took a big chunk of it, and I'm trying to get to the hashtag never again, right? I think that was being ruled, governed by giants is what that is. That was hashtag never again. So here's the funny thing though. Romans weren't in charge. Let's talk about this too. How about the Vatican? Do you think they built that Vatican? Why is there a 30-foot pine cone in the Vatican Square? The Vatican moved into the palaces of Tartaria. They didn't build them. Why do you think with the current building mechanisms, they can't replicate some of these buildings? They lost that knowledge. They were not the civilization that built those buildings. I say this to you because the truth, when it comes out, I want you guys to go, yes, I've heard about that. Yes, I've processed that. No, I'm not scared to know the truth. No, I'd like to know the truth. No, I would like to know more truth. I never want to be or live in a world where my friends and family are scared to know actually what happened, because that's how the fear gets you. No one should be in fear on this planet, ever. Fear only serves those, right, who truly have to hide behind a veil to do these naughty things. And truly, any one of these guys shown the truth would never choose to be naughty in the first place. These choices these kids are making down here, and these different groups and organizations, right? I just want them to be fully aware that they don't have to choose these things. And that goes for all these controls and guys behind the scenes. And hey, look, it's almost like we need a galactic judge down here who goes, look, kids, you got away with it for 60, 70 years. Stop. We all know, we all see it. Just stop. Work on yourself. We're not going to push you in a corner and flush the toilet. Just stop now. We're all aware of it. Can you just stop? And I think that's the sort of attitude to have, because if we're all reflections of each other, no one wants to be seen as the bad guy, right? Even if you think it's cool. What I'm trying to get to for you guys is, in breathing in both aspects, both frequencies, both polarities, and trying to find an answer that serves both in the most balanced way as we all evolve together, that's the walk of a master. It's the middle. It's the middle. I'm just trying, because sometimes people are raised into these families. Sometimes these people are brainwashed. Sometimes you don't understand all the weird shit. Well, if you were Billy and at 2 years old, this is what your family did, like the freaking Addams family, you know, you might have a different reality of how this place works. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, what do you do with all those people that were raised in some weirdness, that don't know any better, that are addicted to something? Okay? Take this all the way up the pipeline. What would Creator do? Creator would probably go like this. Kids, hey, remember last time you guys did this stuff? It didn't work out. Let's knock it off and actually I'll graduate this time. I want to see you guys upstairs. You guys deserve better. Work on it. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. As the frequency comes up, it's like we're making pasta over here and I'm just draining the water. Come on, come on. All right, throw some more in there. All right, here we go, shaking the pasta. Every pasta dish is a different continent, is a different city, is a different belief system. We're still adding hot water and we're sifting, okay? Strain your pasta, enjoy your meal, right? Enjoy your abundance, enjoy what you've worked for. Don't get caught in the lower mind. The lower mind will keep you trapped there indefinitely, and I don't want that for you guys. So even though this gnarly stuff happens, we're all working on this together, and I want you to understand we are processing this together right now, okay? I don't run from the boogeyman, okay? Look at me. I've seen the boogeyman, and he's not even on this planet, okay? When I try to compare things from the Orion Empire, they go, whoa, 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 Darth Vader. No, we're not going to send them to a mining colony. I was like, just take all the souls, put them on a ship, shoot them to the mining colony and deorbit in the Orion Empire. Let them sit there for 500 years thinking about themselves. And they're like, hey, no. You guys, I'm like nar. I'm like 500 years in a mining colony. Next. What do you think it is when galactic beings actually oversee entire sectors of a galaxy? Who do you think those types of beings are? How many beings do those guys have to process and be responsible for? Okay? What I'm trying to say to all these kids down here is, no. Please don't do that. We understand it's a sickness. We understand we're all healing together. Please do not, rocket to the wheels fall off. At some point in your life, you have to choose to be sober. No matter how many times your parents try to help you, go to rehab. Do this, do that. That individual person has to want to get sober for them to get sober. In the same way that particular person has to want to wake up and not believe what they're being fed. Has to want to stop drinking and brushing their teeth with fluoride. Has to want to start meditating. Has to want to start going to the gym. You cannot force anyone to do anything. It's their own sovereign right if they wish to be like that. But I'm trying to express to all you teachers out there watching me now in this teacher's lounge, okay? When these memories come back, because they are. 180 years is not very deep to dive, okay? 2 lives ago. When they do, I don't want us to focus on what we had and what we lost. That's resentment. What I want to focus on truly is what can we do right now in the present moment. This is what I ask myself. What can I go and do right now? I want to go, okay, highest. Here's my shopping list. I'm going to Home Depot right now. How do I make one of those stupid little fireplaces that run on 0-point technology? Go. You're going to need this, you're going to need this, you're going to need this. Like, I'm just like, go around the problem, pull down the content, change the world. And I just want to be real with you because that's what it is to be at the speed. We are all moving at a much faster speed. You guys are all these beings that we have prayed for and, wished for. You guys came and we're here. You guys out there, we're here now. I'm just trying to express to you the emotional thing is the hardest thing to shake. Okay, technology and all these bells and whistles is cool, but I really don't like these dudes. These are the same dudes. You know what I mean? It's like, and this energy on the emotion, that's why I drink, that's why I take pills, that's why I smoke weed. These things are to control the emotion of how you truly feel. I'd much rather you guys go to the gym, go for a walk, walk the dog, climb a mountain, go surfing, go snorkeling, do something, ride a horse, ride a sea-doo, save your money up, ride a sea-doo on the lake at 6 in the morning and just meditate with headphones on. Like, I'd much rather you be like, you know what I mean? Same amount of money. Think how much money you guys, people out there who are on these things spend. Save up, get a sea-doo, get a tow hitch, go sea-dooing in a lake by yourself and with your headphones on. That's how I do for fun now. Why? You're taking yourself out of the matrix and control program and getting back into you. This is me having fun. Okay? I'm just trying to get that real with you guys. The action. Take the action. All right. Well, I think that's some good information for you. Oh man. Just take a breath. Okay. This is my baby. It's all blue. Like, this type of stuff's coming back into my memories. I'm like, plasma. I remember plasma. Let's play with this. So, I don't know. I'm just this. But see, I have to touch. This is, you guys, this is the thing about remembering things. If I wasn't downstairs with my hands in crushed stones from all over the world every day, from different mines all over the world, right? And building and constructing and using molds and timing and baking, I'm engaged in something that I used to do. This is not new for me. This is not new for you guys. I just haven't done it in this incarnation. You guys each have skills and job sets stored in your DNA. Stored. Skill sets. Artistry, painting, sewing, clothing, tapestries. It's all locked in your DNA. You just gotta remember. But how do you do it? You can't sit there on the couch in a journal. No. Get something in your hands. Get the paintbrush. Put your music on. It's 3 in the morning. You can't sleep. Get the easel. Get the paint. You'll be blown away by, you start autopiloting symbols. Your hands will just start doing auto writing. Boom, 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 boom. You'll start going off and you're like, where's this coming from? You're like, yo, bro, if I told you were Leonardo da Vinci 4 lives ago, and you just start going off. But you gotta, music, you gotta get the tools in your hands. Some of you guys are hands-on learners, right? For me to go from 12 years of every single day to get to one of these that actually has all these awesome benefits it does for you guys, listen, hands-on every day. How do any of us get better at things we do, right? Hands-on. I don't care what it is. You guys, just start. I don't care if you go to the craft store and you get a little paint by numbers and you're like, this is kind of fun. Well, keep going. 6 months from then, you'll have a 10 by 20 easel and you're on a ladder going, I don't know where this is coming from. Look at Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was like painting all this crazy stuff that's in his mind. Is that in his mind or are those memories? How many things have happened here? I'm just trying to put all these little ducks in a row for you. Jim's a shot caller. I love Jim. But with Jim, right? Strategic Jim, be strategic. Going head on into mass consciousness. Here's all the programmed beings. Here's Jim going, hey, this is going on. Whoom. Instead of going, that's interesting. Why don't we try this? It goes by and he goes, gotcha, and rides it. And then while he's riding it, is altering the course of mainstream. Remember this, please, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care who you are who watches me on Earth. Be strategic. Okay? So I want you guys to know that. I'm going to save the memory erasing thing for next video. All right. I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know. What should I do? You guys want to know now or you want to wait till the next video? Let me guess what this is going to be. By the way, punch in where around the world you guys are chiming in from. I love you guys. And feel free to share this video. Right? Oh, goodness. Buddha, do you have anything to say to the audience here? You know, me and B, we go way back. It's my boy. I'm going to go visit the second coming of B very soon. Stay posted for that. I just love you guys, and I want you to know that these real things we're remembering. It's so weird, man. It's like you wake up, you go through the conspiracy theory stuff, and then you wake up and you start working on yourself. Years go by, mind you. Then you keep working on yourself. Then you meet your highest selves. Then your third eye comes on. Then you start seeing your highest selves and hearing your highest selves. Your throat chakra comes on. 8 years later, then you start remembering past lives. And it could be before that too. And you start really asking these deeper questions. And then you feel like you're in Groundhog's Day. And I can actually see the frame rate coming out of my eyeballs at 30 frames per second. Do you know how weird that is? To actually see the speed of which your frequency is broadcasting out of a biological eyeball? To actually know you're wearing a suit? Try that one on. I can actually physically see my speed of my resonance coming back through my optic nerve. Right? Why am I speaking this way to you guys? Remember, we're souls, eternal souls, having a physical experience. Right? So I just want to kind of, help you guys out with that. So. Born to be the baby. Okay, last thing I'll share. Take a breath. All right. I'll do it real quick. Help you guys out. How to erase bad memories. Level 1. What I do is, imagine I am sitting next to you in a high school auditorium. I'm sitting right next to you in my little golden and white robes. I'm like, yo, what up? You ready to delete this stuff? Yeah, it sucks. Let's do it. Imagine the bad memory steps on stage in the high school auditorium. Just me and you. Here comes the bad memory. It could be an ex-boyfriend fighting with your mom and dad, weird experience, weirdo, Uncle Tommy, Bobby, whatever this is, whatever age you are. Here's the memory. You don't run from the memory. Memory comes out and you're observing this memory. What I do is I imagine above the stage, the ceiling opens up and 500,000 gallons of white paint falls from the ceiling. And all of a sudden, it's like plexiglass is in front of you, and literally, like, the memory is drowning. Like, it's literally drowning. Like, I'm drowning! Like, in white paint, until the whole thing is just gone. I literally drown the memory, right? And the emotion. I literally drown it in white paint. 20 feet high, wall of white paint, just... the bad guy's just gulping for air and bye. Just white paint. Okay? Level 1. I teach you guys this because some of you guys have some pretty gnarly stuff to erase. This is not for like, I don't want to think about Billy anymore. He broke my heart. This is not this type of deletion. That's a cut in a cord. Okay? That's like, hey. This is like weird stuff happened when you were a kid and you never want to see that or feel that ever again. Level 1. Now, I will give you this warning first. Level 2. Level 2 is what my higher selves taught me when I would get back from missions. When I saw so much stuff, cleaning up old battlefields, cleaning up catacombs, cleaning up 2 floors up from Tartarus. I mean, just crazy shit. Serpent Mounds, Ohio was crazy. Egypt was crazy, 2012. Easter Island in the lava tubes when the food ran out and they started to cannibalize each other. All this weird stuff, right? So I'm teaching you guys or sharing this with you. This will also work with like PTSD. Okay, if you guys are back from war and you have some pretty gnarly memories and you want them gone. So I'm sharing this with you to assist. When you do this technique properly, you won't even remember who the person is. Okay? Don't do this casually. So what I do is, I've done this before. I totally forgot who the people were. I'm like, hi, I'm Rion. Nice to meet you. They're like, we went to high school together. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I mean, I got nothing. Okay? So this is how you do it. Take your right hand, take your fire finger, middle finger, take your wind finger. You actually locate where the memory is stored in your chemical computer. So you pull up the memory, you think about the memory, you're gonna have to empathically look at, if you guys wanna pull up a biology of the brain where long-term memory is stored, you basically take your middle finger, your fire finger on your right hand, and you actually lock on to where the little telomere, the little synapse is, exactly where it's located in your brain where the memory is stored. You then ask your highest light on the top left-hand side. You go, I say cook it, or white light. Would you say, white light this for me, please? The highest light steps down, puts his hand on my shoulder, runs his current through my arm, through my middle finger, right to where the synapse is, and I just particleize it into golden light, and I literally erase the connection point chemically in my brain. So, like I said, don't do this, right, if you never want to remember who that person is. So, I had to learn how to do this in a very serious way because I could not continue my 3D life when I got home, when I was doing this shit behind the scenes in 2010, 11, 12, and I was just coming home just covered in souls. I mean, talk about going to airport vortex 3 or 4 times in a row, dropping off 100 to 200 souls a go for all you guys that transport souls across planet Earth, knowingly or unknowingly. All the VIPs I picked up. But to really, and then be a nice 3D person and have my cookies and apple juice. You know what I mean? And you can't live in the spirit world 24 hours a day. You have responsibilities. Hi, it's Thanksgiving dinner. Hello, Mother. I brought the mashed potatoes. You gotta Jason Bourne that shit, right? So for all you guys that had that gnarly stuff happen, right? Right fan, right finger, middle finger's your fire, wind, locate it with your wind finger, lock onto it, switch fingers. If you guys want to see what brain synapses look like, get the visual and watch it, boom, explode it in the light, and it separates from the rest of them. You actually remove the memory completely from your chemical computer. Why? If you guys remove the connection point or the memory or the emotion attached to it, it can no longer affect you because it's like someone from a different country you've never met getting all upset with you. You don't know who they are, and they're speaking a different language. You're like, I don't speak that language. Who are you? I have no record of you in my life whatsoever. Instantly, your whole field is shut off. This is a stranger. But if you went to high school with that person and you dated that person, you have a connection with them, okay? But when you have zero connection with something, it's very easy for you to shield or push it away because you're like, I don't know who you are. Please, move away. So I hope that helps. Please be careful with those 2 deals. And I only share that with those guys and my fellow light warriors out there and gridders out there that are constantly having to work the grid or come back from war and fixing yourselves. You could be in the armed services. You could be a cop. You could be in the police force. You could be a firefighter and lost your best friend in a fire. Whatever it is, I hope that technique can help you balance and restore that balance in yourself. Just because we're down here doesn't mean we need to record everything on our chemical computer. I'm cool. Let's be real. I'd rather just have the highlight reel. You know what I mean? Hey, that's cool. Highlight reel. We just condensed this 80 years into 3 years of awesomeness. Vacation, activation, vacation, quads, vacation, getting barreled, vacation, sea turtles. I mean, I don't need all the rest of the mundane Groundhog Day shit, We've been and incarnated on many planets. We've had these jobs many times. And I want you to remember that your heart and your will always be known. And to always understand that to be the bigger person at times is what is necessary. Because others need to lean against you to see how to be. And I know that position can be very difficult at times, but I can say that each of you is strong enough to be the best version of yourself every day and never let anyone take anything away from you. You are very divine, sovereign, and beautiful beings here to assist this entire planet. Never forget that. And you are all very, very, very special and rare beings. If you actually knew how rare you were, and the DNA you hold and the content you hold inside of your suit and inside of your stream right now, it would probably give you a panic attack. That's how special you are in the universe, Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. I love you. I'll be in town for the next week. If you guys need some sessions, then I'm going to be gone, okay? And I'll let you know when I'm getting, but I'll be here for the next 5 days, and then I got to go. And I got to go pick up some more galactic downloads and things for you guys. And you can find me at store.teamlight.com, okay? And I like these I'm making for the healing centers and to blow holes through the dimensions so you guys can easily see your higher selves. That's the goal, make it easier for you guys. And for all you guys remembering your past lives, just remember who you are in the present. And maybe all this negative stuff happened, right? But How do you feel in the present, and the strength you carry in the present, and the power you hold in the present is all that truly matters. Not the future, not the past, right now, right here, how you guys feel today, what you guys do to work on yourselves today, that's all that really matters. Just be the best version you can. I'm Rion, and you guys have a blessed week. I'll see you guys next weekend. Peace.